All right, guys, welcome back to the channel this morning. We have got some crazy stuff going on. We have an absolute banger of a show. I'm looking forward to it. I know most of you are. A lot of people waiting in the chat. Really appreciate you tuning in, and thank you for doing that. So let's get rocking and rolling. Title of the show, MAGA just went into overdrive. I got a poll in the chat right now. Let me know how the audio is. If we're 5x5, how's the audio? Let me know if it's a little over broadcasted there. That's always good to know as well. But what we're seeing right now is an absolute, I believe MAGA is going into overdrive. And there's some people that are going to disagree with me. Some people want to agree. I think a lot of times some people want to disagree. I put a poll in the chat about the what I would call an invasion of the church. Did the invasion of the church by Don Lemon? I got to give Fred a treat. He knows I've got one down there. I believe that the invasion of the church was the proverbial line crossed. That's just my opinion. And I believe what we're going to see right now is a huge fallout from this that the Democrats were not prepared for. I hope that that is the case. Some of you want to disagree with me, and that's okay. I'm okay with people disagreeing with me. Great comment here. Ironically, Don Lemon is also guilty of violating the federal KKK Act of 1871. Yes, I didn't have a black gay guy violating a KKK Act on my bingo card, but I'm going to go ahead and yell bingo. Thank you very much there, Thomas Garrison, Marine veteran in the chat. Go ahead and let me know if you are a veteran in the chat there. Love to know if you're a vet, and love to get your take on things. If you're a veteran, post your branch of service. Okay. Let's go right into this. And I believe that's exactly what we need to do. We just got to jump into this. I believe what we're seeing is a revolution, a MAGA revolution. It's about to start. Watch this clip here. This is Harry Enton. CNN polling guru Harry Enton concedes Trump has the magic touch. Go ahead and let me know what you think about this. Best part of waking up, coffee with Ben and this chat. We do have a good chat. I'm going to go ahead and say that.
It's a huge deal because President Trump is the kingmaker in Republican primaries. That's why it's such a big deal. Take a look here. Times Trump endorsees won GOP primaries. This is congressional and gubernatorial. In 2020, it was 98%. In 2022, it was 95%. In 2024, it was 96%. President Trump has the magic touch when it comes to endorsing in Republican primaries. And when he doesn't endorse you, you go, to quote the great movie Good Burger, into the grinder.
And so Cassidy was one of the Republican senators who voted to convict President Trump in his second impeachment trial. How have those Republican senators done?
When you voted to convict President Trump in that second impeachment trial, how'd you do for re-election? Not so hot to trot, because let's take a look here. Okay, GOP senators who voted to convict Trump won their next election. Just 1 out of 5. That one is Lisa Murkowski in the great state of Alaska, which of course.
Can you believe this? 1 out of 5 have won re-election after Trump has not endorsed them. This is absolutely this is exactly what I'm voting for right here. This is what I'm voting for. Get in line or get out. Marjorie Taylor Greene got out.
Says that top 4 primary situation going on there. So very, very different than the traditional primary structure that is throughout the rest of the United States. The bottom line is this: the vast majority of Republicans who voted to convict Trump, who had a re-election, either lost or actually they didn't even run. They retired, they resigned in the case of Ben Sasse, or there are 2 up for re-election this year, Bill Cassidy and Susan Collins up in Maine. But the bottom line is this: if you voted to convict Trump so far, your chances of winning re-election have been quite small. And Bill Cassidy, of course, just got a major impediment to his road to reelection if Ludlow decides to run.
And this really largely has to do with how much Republicans still support Donald Trump.
Yeah.
In the chat, do you still support Donald Trump? Are you still on the Trump train? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what president is in office. I don't care what president is in office. I want whoever is in office to succeed. I may not agree with who is in office, but I want the office of the presidency to succeed, because by doing so, America is better. And some of you will agree with that. Some of you won't agree with that. That's okay. I didn't like Joe Biden. I didn't like Obama, but I wanted them to be successful for the American people. If you think that way, that's great. If you don't, that's okay as well. But that's my thought process on that whole methodology, right? I just want America to succeed. I want somebody with common sense that can wipe their own butt, that has the keys to the car, but I want the car to drive down the road. Okay. That's my theory there. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I know 6:30 in the morning is early for a lot of you, but that's when I get time to get up and do this. Okay. That's whenever I have an opportunity to talk with some of you and to do some of what I do here. Now we got Tim Burchett, congressman out of Tennessee. He gets up earlier than I do, or at least he records a video earlier than I do.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett. I'm sitting here this morning and I was thinking about why in the world have we not passed the dadgum SAVE Act? And yes, I am wearing the same sweatshirt I wore yesterday. Who am I trying to impress? SAVE Act, my buddy Chip Roy sponsored it. A bunch of us co-sponsored it in the House. Senator Mike Lee and Rick Scott have it in the Senate. And it really does three things. It says that you have to be an American citizen to vote. And God, who'd be against that? I'll tell you who.
How can you be against the most minimum of requirement, be an American citizen to vote? How could you ever be against that? He's going to tell you who and why.
The machine politics, the gutless Republicans and the hard left Marxist Democrats, because they don't want us to succeed. They want status quo. Other thing it says is the states, when you register, you have to show some kind of ID that verifies you're an American citizen, a passport, a birth certificate, or something. You know, you have to show a dadgum ID to buy a six-pack of beer, a gun, ammo, to get a checking account, to fly on an airplane, and just about anything anymore. And the third thing it does, it requires the states to clean up their voter roll. Now, who would be against that? I tell you who would. Some of the criminals that we've got in our United States Congress that want to continue being elected by dead people, by illegals and others. You go to Georgia and you see these accounts every day where there's 25 or 30 people registered to vote in a vacant lot that has a porta potty in it. And yeah, the crooked machine doesn't want to clean that up because it keeps them in power.
How many of you have witnessed something like this? A vacant lot with a porta potty, and there's 17 Somalian daycares registered to that porta potty.
And this is what happens when 12% of the population continues to vote. We got to get out. Let's clean this thing up. Call your United States Senator. Let's take our country back, folks. Today's the day to do it. Thank y'all so much for sending me here.
I love it. I love this. That this is what I voted for. This is what I need. If you buy beer or cigarettes, you need ID. Absolutely. Love it. Truth. Is there anybody that doesn't agree with that? Is there anybody in the chat that doesn't agree with voter ID for America? I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. I've got to see if we have anyone that has is that dumb. Do you agree with mandatory voter ID across the nation, not just into these certain states. Do you agree with voter ID? The church raiders are all on video. Oh, that's a great point. We have 22 people running for Marjorie Taylor Greene's job. Wow. I think she probably had close to 22 boyfriends. Go ahead and let me know in the chat. What do you think about that? Oh, thank you very much, Thomas. The Demon Rats haven't had a good presidential candidate since JFK. I believe right now, if John F. Kennedy Jr. was a president or was around, he would be considered far right, as far left as the Democrat Party has come. Thank you very much for that super chat, Thomas. Let me see if this still works. Right.
Amen.
There we go.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka. Thank you so much, Thomas, breaking the seal this morning. Yes, it's got to be free or reduced price. Okay. They're running for the money. I agree with that. I would have preferred non-Americans having a voter ID. I'm an American. I was born free. I shouldn't have to show the papers. I'm going to say in the day and age that we're in right now, there is nothing wrong with showing voter ID. Just because you're an American or you claim to be an American, there's a lot of people that can claim to be an American. Voter ID should be common sense. Good morning, Patriots. Thank you there, Chris. Appreciate that. I don't have any problem with showing my ID. Not at all. And I think if you do, you're splitting hairs. When I vote in Arkansas, ID is required. You damn right it is. And I'm glad that it is. I am really freaking happy that it's required in Arkansas. Let's go here. I know a lot of people might not like this guy, but I believe what he is saying now is a little telling. And he kind of let the cat out of the bag. He just had Rand Paul on his show.
Good information. I saw a good cartoon yesterday. It was an iceberg. And the top of the iceberg was Minnesota fraud, but the iceberg beneath the surface was California.
Yes.
And can you imagine?
Well, they're looking into California fraud now because of Minnesota fraud. And just the homeless thing alone, just the fact that California spent $24 billion on the homeless can't account for where the money went. And the problem just got worse.
Well, there's a couple things about the refugee thing. I don't think refugees should get welfare, and I have a bill to say they shouldn't get it.
I would never guess that Rand Paul would put up a bill that refugees could not get welfare. Whether you agree with him or not right now, this is absolute truth. This is absolute truth. There's no reason that refugees should get welfare. So I'm going to give the devil his due. Do any of you think refugees should get welfare? Because if you do, you just went against what he said. I mean, he actually lays it out.
The homeless can't account for where the money went, and the problem just got worse.
Well, there's a couple things about the refugee thing. I don't think refugees should get welfare, and I have a bill to say they shouldn't get it. If you come to this country and your church sponsors somebody to come to it, you support them. You sign up, you sponsor them, you support them. The taxpayers shouldn't support them. The other thing is we did a lot of these people.
He's so right on this. He is so freaking right on this. There's all of these churches that bring in refugees. They get money from non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and they bring in refugees, and then they turn them loose for the American taxpayer to take care of. Meanwhile, the church, the Catholic Church, the Lutheran Church, the Methodist Church, just pick a church. They all do this. They get money to bring in the refugees. They turn them loose, and then it's on the taxpayer's dime. You don't have to like them. I don't care if you like the guy. I don't care if you like him or not, but he's right on that. You can't disagree with what he is saying right here. You can't disagree with this. If you do, you are cutting off your ear to spite your face. That's what you're doing. I don't care if he voted to shut the government down. He is right on this. That's my theory on that one. And I got no problem with acknowledging when he is right. When he's wrong, I'm going to call him out. But when he's right, he's right. And I would support him defunding refugees. Catholic charities, that's it right there. That's the huge one. Catholic charities, huge refugee services. You're absolutely freaking right. Thank you so much for that. I couldn't remember the exact name of that one. Let's go here. I want to show you this. Some of you are going to get a little upset by this one, but the Gold Star mom, Tina Peters, was attacked last night. She's a 70-year-old Gold Star mom, was attacked and assaulted last night in La Vista prison. Now, Donald Trump can't pardon her because she was charged at the state level. So this is Colorado, not the president of the United States, not the current administration. Colorado's corrupt system shackles her, throws her in solitary, charges her with felony assault. Attacker, zero consequences. I was thinking of Kwanzaa, my least favorite holiday. Consequences. This is elder abuse and retaliation for exposing 2020 fraud. Governor Paulus call her sentence harsh, but lets her rot and gets beaten. This is pitiful. Ben Dykes of Catholic Charities. And yeah, I agree with that. The Catholic Charities is a problem. A real problem. Let's go here. Let's talk about Scott Jennings here. He just dropped a truth nuke on these guys. There's a little bit of foul language, but I think we're adults and we can handle it this morning.
You don't get to say the word illegals anymore.
But you have.
The
I
diverse, the percentage.
Who are you to tell me what I can and can't? I've never met you, brother. I can say whatever I want. They're illegal aliens, and that's what the law calls them, illegal aliens. That's what I'm going to call them.
Right.
Listen, you can't say illegals anymore because ICE is directly targeting legal citizens of this country. And how
are you going to enforce your edict on me, just out of curiosity?
Listen, I understand.
But just listen to his point about illegal.
No, I want to know why he gets to
it's
instruct
not, you're
my
changing the
students.
topic.
Hang on.
I want to know.
You're making a point
making an
about the
emotional
people being
plea.
arrested. Go
I
ahead.
understand that your job is predicated on just getting increasingly more demented every single week, and that the audience comes back to see if perhaps
Make your point.
My point is that you're saying the word illegals, but
it's in
you don't
federal
even
law.
really know what's happening. Or actually, I think you do, and
Sure,
you're
I do.
doing this on purpose. But
Yes,
the truth
because
is,
I want the law enforced.
they are not just targeting illegal immigrants.
They
They
are.
are targeting natural-born U.S. citizens.
They are not.
That is a fact. You
They are
cannot
not.
deny that. I mean, you can on national television.
They are
deny
not.
facts all the time.
They
You've
are
done it a
not.
couple times in this very episode.
I still want to know how you're going to enforce your
right.
language
For God's
edicts on
sake.
me.
We'll take that up.
How are we going to enforce it?
We're going to take that up in the break.
Now they're trying to stop people from using words. Like words are dangerous or words are, I don't know, offensive. But that's the thing about the left. Deep down, they believe they should decide who gets to speak and what everyone is allowed to say. The Democrat Party wants to control how you talk, what you say. They want you to use your pronouns or their pronouns. And if you don't, they cancel you. Are they illegals? Because I think they're illegals. And illegal to me means criminal. That's just me. And on my channel, I'm right. On this channel, I'm right. I got this and the camera. I'm the right one on this. Now I'm wrong on so much stuff. I am wrong on so much crap. It's not even funny. But on this one, I am going to use the term illegal all I want. And nobody's going to stop me from doing this. No one. And now that I know that it triggers them even more, I'm going to use the word illegal so many times during the day. It's not even going to be funny. I want to show you this. This is an interesting one. I don't know if many of you know what's planned for today. The Democrat Party, they are planning a walkout today. They are planning a walkout across the nation at 3 p.m. today. Millions of liberals across the country will be storming their local congressional offices. I want you to watch this. This is so good. These people are deranged. Freaking range. I think actually I've got a clip of one of them right here.
Ah! Oh my God! Ah! I cannot do this anymore. I'm so sick of it. I am sick of the bullshit. Get out of my face.
All right. He made it back. He made it back. I put a poll in the chat. I wanted to get a comment from you guys. We've had a little bit of a back and forth with one of the people that comes on and watches the channel named White Cat. Should we allow White Cat back in the chat just to see what White Cat is thinking? We're on the same team, right? Should we allow him back? I don't know. Yes or no in the chat. Yes or no in the chat. Let me know.
I'm as mad as hell and I'm not gonna take it anymore. On January 20th, we are walking out to free America.
And walking in to remove the regime.
We're walking out of work, walking out of school.
We're walking out of anywhere and everywhere.
Because it's past time that we stop cooperating with fascism.
Starting at 2 p.m. local time, we'll start a wave of walkouts across the nation.
Send a clear message that we demand freedom from this hostile and lawless takeover of our country.
Then we'll start walking in.
Congress has the power to remove a tyrant from office. It's not an option. It's their sworn duty.
So at 3 p.m., we'll start walking in to local congressional offices to demand impeachment and removal.
We are peacefully demanding that our representatives file their own articles of impeachment
against Trump and senior Trump officials.
And we are demanding that they force a vote.
Donald Trump has committed tyranny and obstruction of justice.
And turning ICE into a paramilitary force is an act of treason.
On January 20th, we are telling our congressional officials that it is their duty right now to impeach, convict, and remove.
Impeach, convict, and remove.
Impeach, convict, and remove.
Post your plans to join the walkout, walk-in
using the hashtags Free America and Remove the Regime.
And document your visits on the 20th with those hashtags so that we can multiply the movement.
Find your local congressional office, sign up and receive articles of impeachment, and find all the information you need at removetheregime.com.
We'll see you on January 20th.
We'll see you on January 20th.
We'll see you on January 20th.
Thank you for standing up for our democracy.
We can all do this. It's time.
Are these people lunatics? Yes or no in the chat. Are these people so unhinged that this is what they wake up to? And that's where somebody says, walk out, get fired. Yeah. Ricochet, they have the power. Right. Yeah, they got no power. Let me ask you this. Fred, chill out. I got no treats. Go lay down. Let me ask you this. These people wake up hating America, hating what's happening right now. That's why I can't wake up every morning negative. I agree. We're streaming over on Facebook. We're on X. We're on YouTube. We're on Kick. We're on Twitch. We're all over the place. We are streaming everywhere. Facebook comment from Scott Louse. Thank you very much, Scott. Absolute lunatics. I think this is the highest level of Trump derangement I have seen in a long time. And I believe it's going to get worse. The Karen echo chamber has these smooth brain zombies believing they are revolutionaries. Yes. Yes. There you go. Buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com, Ben Dykes. I really appreciate that. Got the old Rush Limbaugh cup out this morning. Love it. You guys are the best. I don't care what anyone says about you. Absolute best chat on YouTube. Best chat on YouTube right here. I will never, ever go against any of you because you guys are the absolute best. Let's put that up there so we can see some of the chat there. I love seeing the comments. I love the comments in the chat. And if you want to donate to the channel, a lot of the money from the channel goes to help guitars for veterans. Bobby's sending a guitar to a Marine Corps vet in Montana, or maybe it was Michigan. There we go.
Really going on.
Renee Good.
Yes, because that is actually not the story here. The story is, the story is how you got here. And you won't admit that that is the reason why we're, this isn't about immigration. It isn't about ICE. It isn't about Trump. It is about suicidal empathy that is driven by a rescue fantasy. You have all of these young, middle-aged women going out there because they have some kind of emptiness in their lives that are going out there in this kind of rescue delusion, helping people they don't know, strangers who are guilty of crimes. How can you defend that? This is not protesters going to a church. That is a mob. The people that invented the phrase safe spaces are breaking it up, frightening kids, right? These are the people that...
Is he right? The same people that needed safe spaces and crying closets invaded a church. Does that make any sense? Does that make any sense to anyone in the chat?
Call us fascists and they're hunting people. These are the people that claim to defend women and yet are defending men who abuse women. These are the people that call us homophobic and yet they want to out ICE guys for using, I don't know, gay sex apps. Let's be honest here. Fry's a pussy. He's scared of these people, or else he would stand up for it. Calling it love, there's no such thing as a mob with love. And imagine showing this tape to Don Lemon 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and saying, is this where you saw yourself, Lemon? Crashing a church service, scaring kids, attacking a pastor? Was this your hope and dream to do this? Radicalization is gradual. Black Lives Matter is now bad guys matter. And now you'll defend anything. You're defending rapists. These are the people you're defending.
On what
and I'm going to go back. No. You had your chance. You brought this up. Where are the police?
He shut her down. He said, no, you had your freaking chance. Get out of my face.
Police. You know, when you have Hamas supporters and Jewish students, police make the separation. Antifa, Proud Boys, police make the separation. Pro-life and feminists, police make the separation. Somehow, that separation is not even here, even when the leaders are framing this as protesters versus persecutors, because that's part of this fantasy world that you live in, and yet they decide that they don't need cops to separate it. The ICE agents aren't supposed to deal with that. Mm-hmm. That's what the police do. So you got to ask yourself, why aren't the police there? Because it's a deliberate thing to create this spectacle. And then I'll finish.
Is he right? I have never heard Gutfeld more passionate and more right than right here. She is a clown. She was shut down. He told her, shut up, I'm not finished. Somebody tried to get her to interrupt.
This is not an isolated thing. These rescue fantasies exist because the real power of women, which is in the roles of community, whether it's wife, mother, work, teaching, that stuff has been marginalized by our modern leftist culture that has to be replaced by activism. Your life is meaningless unless you're out there screaming in a cop's face. You have all these sad people out there in this liberation role playing, and you're egging it on. You should not be egging this on, Jessica. You know, we had this is a time for brave women. We saw the rise of the internet dad, whether it was Elon Musk, Jordan Peterson, Mike Rowe, Scott Adams, Joe Rogan. These are people that decided to help young men find meaning in life, whether it is through service or hard work, constructive activities. Where is the internet mom? The women who step up and show younger women out of this spiritual dead end, because it is a spiritual dead end, and how apt it is that they end up in a church screaming at people. You know, this activism doesn't produce anything but suffering because it replaces what is truly meaningful in people's lives. And That's what I meant about the backdrop. It is not about good. It is not about the police officer. It's about how we got here and why we've talked about this over and over again, whether it was George Floyd, whether it was ICE. It's all, whether it was the border guard with the whip, it's all the same. It's a desire to be part of this rescue fantasy because your life's so freaking empty.
I believe he's right. These women, these liberal Karens, they don't have anything. Ladies, I don't want to offend anyone, but I'm gonna go here. All they have is some cats, some ice cream, some cottage cheese and yogurt in the refrigerator. They have anger TV. They have nothing else in their life. And then they latch onto these damn criminals, these martyrs. They latch onto them and they treat them like their little rescue puppy. That's my theory. And I think he's right. I think he's absolutely right. Lisa Clark just became a member on the channel. Thank you, Lisa.
How dare you?
How dare you become a member on the channel? Steve Gaffney, treat for Fred. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. You guys are the best. I don't care what anybody says. But guys, I think Gutfeld nailed it. This rescue mentality is all they have. And I believe liberal Karens is what caused this. You know what I'm going to do here? Today has been 1 year of Donald Trump's his first year of his second presidency. I almost got confused there. I am going to do something right here. I need more members on the channel. And I want to know if any of you will match this. I'm giving away 10 free memberships right now. And I want to know if any of you will match the membership gifting. I just gave away 10 free memberships. Feel free. You want to match it? You get into the super chats or get into the Discord, the private server that we've got, and it's nothing but patriots. But I just gave away 10 free memberships. So welcome to the channel. Gutfeld inspired me to do that. I like cats, dairy, and IDs. Nathan said, hey, I'll send 5. Thank you so much, Nathan. Congratulations, new members. Go to the community post page and I'll show you where to go. I will show you where to go right here. Let's go right here on the channel. If you go to the community post page right here and you go to the post tab, there will be a link down there for members only. Like the old jackets, the members only jackets. We got members only jackets. Oh, Thomas said to hell with it. He's doing it. 10 memberships. Thank you very much. Submarines once. Who said that? I saw that one. Submarines once. Thank you very much. Best YouTube news. Ben, keep it going. Thank you so much, guys. You're the best. I don't care what anybody says about you. Let's go. Did you have this one on your bingo card? Let me see if you had this one on your bingo card. Actually, you know what? We're going to do this here real quick. Let's do this. Let's do this. I really want to get some ideas of what everybody's thinking today. Okay. We need to do this. It's the way, it's what differentiates us from them. Feel free to call in 615-475-7864. Somebody just said, Ben, it's not negativity, not to mention I heard 5 callers say the same thing yesterday to you, and you said you would have to agree with them, so I don't know where you're coming from with saying I'm the negative one. I just can't do the negativity anymore, guys. I can't do it. You guys might have watched my video yesterday where I was walking around the farm. I've got so much to be grateful for. Do I have expectations for this government? Yes. But I can't wake up angry and negative and then go do what I do. I just cannot do it. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. 7864. Love to talk to you, get your opinions, questions, comments, concerns. No cuss words. We're probably on some living room TVs, so no cuss words. Are the cops okay? I don't want to call in because you're rude to callers. If you have audio in the background, I will hang up on you. And yes, that is rude. Let's go Bobby in Tennessee. Bobby, what do you got this morning, sir? Bobby, go right ahead. I don't think we got anything from Bobby there. No problem. No problem. I think we lost a little bit of the Bobby phone call. No problem. Let's go. Let's see what else we got here. Maybe we can get another call going in here. All right. MWP, talk to me. What you got, MWP? All right, there we go. I guess we didn't get that. All right. Well, whatever. Maybe the phone system's not working here this morning. Let's see if we can do that. Let's go devices, port, transfer, outgoing. Well, I thought we did. I thought we had some phone calls this morning. No big deal. We'll keep rocking and rolling. Let's keep rocking and rolling. I want to see if you had this one on your bingo card. Let's go here and right there. Check this out.
The Department of Justice is investigating the anti-ICE protesters who disrupted services at a church in Minnesota over the weekend.
But the state's attorney general claims the demonstrators and journalist Don Lemon, who was with them, did not break the federal law the DOJ is accusing them of. Doug Lazater joins us live from Washington with all the details. Hi, Doug.
Carly and Todd, good morning. This was an extraordinary escalation of the protests in Minnesota, the storming of a church. Now, here's how this played out. As former CNN host Don Lemon joined with protesters who believed one of the pastors at a church in St. Paul had connections to ICE.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus. Yes. That's why we're here. Yeah. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
no
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Minnesota's attorney general says protesters who stormed that church did not violate what's called the Federal FACE Act, but the Justice Department may not see it that way.
What you saw there was anti-Christian, anti-law enforcement rioters storming a church in this country, and that's a violation of law, and we are absolutely investigating. Our Civil Rights Unit has already sent experts out to Minneapolis today. The Civil Rights Unit, the U.S. Attorney's Office, the FBI, DHS is investigating this because what you saw the fear in the eyes of the members of that church.
Now, Lemon, meantime, defended his actions, saying this in a statement: "It's notable that I've been cast as the face of a protest I was covering as a journalist, especially since I wasn't the only reporter there. That framing is telling. I stand by my reporting." Lemon has said that racism is a part of the ongoing immigration enforcement efforts. He has also said that some of his...
They go back to their old rope-a-dope. It's always racist. It's always racism that causes all of the, things that they don't like. That's what it is. Man, we got a lot of new members rolling in here. Lisa, I gave away 10. Nathan gave away 5. Corroded Pixel, 10. Who do we got here? God Bless America, 5. We've got 10 more from Thomas. Rick gave away 5. PDX became a new member. Mike gave away 5. Steve, to help towards memberships. Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. Let's go here and see what we've got here. Let's go right there, I believe. Let me see if I can make this work. All right, let's go. I think I can make this work. I'm playing around with a new system here, and I really want the phone calls to come through. So we'll see if we can get this to work. I believe we should be able to. Let's go there. Okay. And lines are open. 615-475-7864. Talk to me. Line 1. What do you got, sir?
Hey, Ben. It's Airborne Professor.
Good morning, sir.
Gutfeld must have talked to somebody who works in mental health because he nailed that right on the head. It is a basically these people have nothing good going on in their life, like I've said before, and they're trying to drag everybody else down to make themselves feel better. If they have a mission in life, whether it's justifiable or not, they feel better about themselves. So
you have cracked me up, dude. You have cracked me up. Typically, you come in with this, with something way more serious, and you caught me so off guard by saying Gutfeld studied the mental health. Airborne, I got to give it to you, man. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
I think he definitely spoke to somebody who understands it to be able to say it exactly like he had it. He must have written it down and had it on the teleprompter.
Oh my God, I'm rolling. You're the best, Airborne. Thank you so much. I'm giving you a boom shakalaka. Thank you. Let's, you know what? I think he needs a good old
Amen. Hallelujah. And a boom shakalaka.
I think he needed a boom shakalaka right there. Man, you guys cracked me up. You cracked me up. Let me grab these calls again. Lines are open. We got memberships flying, $50 for guitars. Music heals the soul. I'm learning Last Dance with Mary Jane right now. I am a what I would call a novice guitarist. Troll, I'll catch you on the next one. Bobby, I didn't mean to hang up on you.
It's no problem. No problem at all. I was blaming it on the solar flares from last night.
What do you got this morning, Bobby? Talk to me, sir.
All this stuff, man, it's crazy. But like you said, when I wake up in the morning, just the fact that my eyes open gives me hope.
Bobby, it is an absolute choice when you wake up in the morning to wake up angry, upset. And if you wake up negative, you only notice negative things. When I wake up positive, I walk in and I'm like, man, I remembered to set the coffee pot. I know where my shoes are. I know where my wallet is. I know where my pistol is. My pistol is right here. My pistol's right here.
I sleep with mine right next to the bed.
I've got a couple in there. Yeah. But if you wake up negative, you notice negative things. Bobby, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
I got one thing I want to add. I got one quick thing.
Go for it.
I sent the young man an email.
Okay.
And gave him my phone number.
Sure.
And asked him if he to call me, because if he needs anything else, I'm more than happy to help.
Bobby, you let me know. I've got a connection, thank to Tommy at Sweetwater, and I'm sure you probably know those guys on a first name basis, or they probably know you on a first name basis.
All the dang guitars I bought.
Absolutely. Bobby, take
now,
care.
Listen,
God bless you.
I want to clarify the guitar I showed you. That's not the exact guitar, but I've got a copy of that.
Fantastic.
It's like brand new. And I'm going to send everything with the case.
Bobby, you're the best. Take care, brother. Be good. That's Bobby in Tennessee. He's obviously in the music business. Bobby's in the music business. West Virginia, Billy, thank you very much for becoming a member on the channel. That's what keeps the channel alive. Memberships, people joining the channel. That's what keeps the channel alive. Let's open it back up. You guys are on fire on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday, y'all are on fire. Thank you for tuning in. Let's go right here. Talk to me. Line 2. Line 2. Go right ahead, line 2.
Good morning, Ben. This is Joe in Shayless, Washington.
Good morning, sir.
And I just want to say, I don't see you as rude at all. You have to hang up on these people because they have their devices on. It's like, really? They can't figure that out by now? And I just want to say one more other thing. You have a beautiful property.
Thank you.
You are blessed.
I am so lucky it's not even funny. I am the luckiest person I know in the entire world. Thank you for calling, George. Appreciate you. Chehalis, Washington. Thank you very much. Call in 615-475-7864. Love to talk to you. We don't even have to agree. 99 cents from Brenda. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you very much. We do not even have to agree with anything or on anything. Always welcome to call in. I don't need affirmation when people call in. Talk to me this morning. Troll, what do you got?
There was a major solar storm last night. I stayed up all night watching it, so some of the phone calls might be staticky or cutting in and out. Just giving a heads up. But I keep getting this image in my head of Don Lemon and his little crew running in there with those hoods, and they're screaming, "We can't see a damn thing in these bags." What was that movie? I think
it's weird.
I think that movie was Django Unchained. Dude, it's great. It's hilarious. But not for the people in church, but the amount of hypocrisy that's shown here.
It is. Troll, you take care. I appreciate you calling. Thank you for your support. Troll under the bridge. I believe he lives in Minnesota. Tamra just became a member on the channel. Thank you so much. That means a lot. That means a lot. I want to show you something here, and then we'll get some comments on this. This is something interesting that I ran across. There is a guy down in Texas, Jesse Kelly, that I listen to. I'm going to reach out to him and see if I can get him on the show. Jesse Kelly, I present to you the last 4 days of social media posts from a United States senator who allegedly represents the people of South Carolina. I'll give you one guess. It starts with Enzi and ends with Aham. Yes, Lindsey Graham. That's who we're talking about here. I want you to look at Lindsey Graham's social media post here. This is over the last handful of days. Look at this. He's scrolling through President Trump. It's all about Syria, Iran, Syria, Iran. Not one mention of the people in South Carolina. Thank you, Eidolon. Appreciate you jumping back in here. Right? This is crazy what we're seeing. Lindsey Graham. Holy crap on a cracker, dude. This guy's got to go, man. This guy has to, no more BS, warmonger. There is nothing there about the state of South Carolina, South Kakalaki. He hates the American people. I can't believe, I can't disagree with you. Mike, nice chainsaw, Mike. My cousin, I've got a cousin that is a chainsaw carver. He carves all these statues and stuff for chainsaws. I think he's sponsored by whatever the orange chainsaw is, whatever that is. I forget. What do you think about this? Lindsey Graham, man. I didn't have Lindsey Graham. Well, Lindsey Graham's a ladybug. They don't call them ladybugs for no reason, right? They don't call them ladybugs for no reason. Let's open the lines back up. Let's open these back up and see what we got here. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Feel free to go be a call. We got over 3,000 people watching. Lindsey Graham is the biggest rhino in Congress, next to Rand Paul. Rand Paul's senator, Graham's a senator. They're both senators, not congressmen. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got, line 2? Hold on. Is that you, Dave?
Who is it?
It's me, Dave. Open up, man. I got the stuff.
Open up. I got the stuff, Dave. Go ahead, Dave. What you got?
At the church. If he was affiliated with ICE, he would have been in the right that way. They still didn't have no right to be in that church. And if our congressmen and women would do their job, I don't care who they are, they do the job.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. The preacher has every God-given right to want to support his flock, his community. He doesn't have to be influenced by Don Lemon. Thank you for calling, sir. I think we're picking up some of that solar flare that Troll was talking about there. I heard a little bit of the static. Sorry about that. King of Biltong. King of Biltong, make sure you check out King of Biltong. I just put something right there. Biltong USA. Use the code VET10, get 10% off. Biltong USA. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Let me know what you're thinking. Love to talk to you. Love to get your opinion. Let's see here. Let's go. Kara, Beaumont, Texas. Talk to me, Kara.
Well, Ben, we need you to be the light of the world at this point, and we need your positivity. Don't let these people, because so many people are negative, and it makes things worse. I mean, like we can watch your show in the morning and get some positivity and go out into the world and laugh at these leftist lunatics that have tarot cards and on these videos. But anyway, we love you.
I appreciate it. Kara, I never thought, and I'm just going to speak freely, I never thought I would get shit on by looking on the bright side.
Sure. Well, of course, but you know why? Because the people are so miserable. They don't have anything, I guess, they don't have anything to be glad about, but we're called as Christians to be the light of the world, to be God's, hands and feet, and we have to bring that light into the darkness, because if we don't, who will,
I appreciate you calling. God bless you, Kara. God bless you. Tamra, new member. Finn Lane's been a member for 8 months. And we got somebody chiming in from the UK. Lisa Bell W 728, 2 pounds, 2 quid, 2 quid. Don't throw that in the fruit machine down at JD Weatherspoons. I lived in the UK for about 6 years. That's where I was at whenever the Twin Towers went down. No good deeds go unpunished, Ben. Yeah, that's right. That's right. A lot of people hate me for being somewhat positive. It's a weird dynamic. But hey, I'm prepared for it. I am prepared. They can pepper their anuses. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in. Love to talk to you. Love to argue with you. Love to disagree with you. I don't care. If you want to argue, if that's your jam, let's pick a topic and argue about it, right? But I'm okay. I'm okay with all of that. Let's go here to the 207. Where are you calling from? And what's your name?
Calling from Maine. Name's Mike.
Mike in Maine. Talk to me, Mike.
Yeah, well, you want to hear the damnedest thing?
Hit me with it. Make it quick, but hit me.
My governor is building a concrete wall around the governor's mansion because she fears her life is in danger.
Is she a Democrat?
100%.
I thought Democrats were afraid of walls. I thought walls were racist.
I don't know. All I know is that if you remember correctly in the beginning, that President Trump, let's see.
I'm going to let you go. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. You're lost in thought. No problem. Appreciate you calling. Walls are racist. Absolutely. They can't do that. They're not allowed to put a wall around a governor's mansion. There shouldn't even be locks on the door. This is the trap I always set with Democrats. I always set this trap for anyone that is for open borders. They want open borders. I look at America as a house. A closed border is locking the door. For the liberals that don't want an open border, I asked them a couple of quick questions. Do you lock your car when you go to work? Most will say yes. Do you lock your house when you leave? Most of them will say yes. Do you hide your ID or your PIN number for your ATM card? Most will say yes. Well, if you do those things, then you're not for an open border. Because if you wanted an open border, you would allow people in your home, you would allow people in your car, you would allow people in your bank. That's the way that I argue with anyone that wants open borders. That's my theory. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'm here to be wrong. That's what I'm on the show for this morning. Prove me wrong on the Ben Dyke Show. You want to donate to the channel? There's a little thing up there at the top, the Cash App donation. You can donate there. You can join the channel as a member. We got 2,900 people watching this morning. I hope y'all will smash the like and subscribe button. Do it. Do it now. Do it often. That's what you need to do. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Let's see who we got here from the 270. That's West Coast, isn't it? Turn the audio down in the background or I will hang up on you. I think I'm going to hang up anyway. You had your chance. Okay. I'm trying to be nice. Everybody says I'm mean. 615-475-7864. Daniel Munson, you hit your nail on the head. He's a Marine. He knows exactly what crayons taste like. They always eat the red ones first, don't they? Thinking they're going to be like watermelon. Road apples. Have no idea who that is. No idea who that is. Nor do I care. Let's see here. Let's see. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Appreciate you. I don't chat with everyone much. Just want to tell everyone how much I enjoy the point of view. Good. That's fantastic. I really appreciate that. Ben is such a meanie. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know what? I think I'm going to remove that. There we go. Thank you so much. All right, let's go here. The calls are open, but in the meantime, I think we've got a little bit more news to discuss here. Let's go here. This is Harmeet Dillon. And she came up with something pretty, well, let's grab this one first. Let's go line 2763 area code. What you got?
Morning, Ben.
Good morning.
This is Sarge from Fraud Soda.
Talk to me, sir.
Hey, I just wanted to give you a holler, give you a silver bullet about our wonderful governor here.
Mm-hmm.
There's a satanic plaque at the Minnesota State Capitol that honors Tim Walz.
Oh, that's fitting.
The Democratic Coalition of Satanic Worshipers thanks Governor Tim Walz for not standing in the way of spreading satanicism in the state capitol building.
Well, I appreciate that. I think we've covered that before, but thank you very much. It's a great reminder.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, there's very little separation between the Democrat Party and that entire movement. Somebody said they've seen it. President Trump was 100% correct. He says he should have said, we don't need a wall, and the Dems would have finished by now. You're absolutely right. If Trump said oxygen was good for you, Democrats would start holding their breath. That's what I think. Literally, that's what I think. I want to show this. This was phenomenal. And I am so glad that Benny got Harmeet Dillon on to show this.
We will pursue charges in this case. I see various crimes that have occurred. Exactly what they are, I'm not going to flag, but the FACE Act has been mentioned as one of the predicates there. In other cases, the Biden DOJ used the Klan Act conspiracy charges tacked on to the FACE Act in the case of protests outside abortion clinics to bring much longer sentences. So there are a number of tools available to us. Who funded this? What else? What other crimes may have occurred? Was there a use of the wires or the mails in preparing for this event? Did anyone cross state lines to do this? All of those are potential predicates for additional federal charges.
I mean, I've just pulled up the Klan Act because this is the first time that I've heard this mentioned. This is a act that was passed in 1871, correction there, to combat the Ku Klux Klan and protect African Americans' voting rights, especially the Enforcement Act, which is known as the Force Act. So here's some of the information on screen. Would you mind breaking down for us, because we have just read the FACE Act and how this is a affinity to the FACE Act, an obvious and egregious demonstrable violation of the FACE Act because they were entering a place of worship, harassing and threatening.
I love this. We've already got one. We've already got one. I love this. Okay. I'm just going to say this. If you put a comment in the chat and, well, I'll just say this. If you put a comment in the chat and I see it, I will use it against you. I absolutely will use it against you. And I love this. Don arrested yet? Don arrested yet? King Doe, I love the negativity in the mornings. It keeps me alive. Number one, what happened was on a Sunday. Number two, yesterday was a federal freaking holiday. But I love the pessimism. I love it. King Doe, thank you so much. Let's just flush your comment. Boom. I love it. I love the negativity. You guys are the best. Guys, I don't know what's more fun. Showing the hypocrisy of the Democrat Party or pointing out the negativity of what we're seeing within our own ranks. I don't know what's more fun. Let's go here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Where are they at? Right there. 615-475-7864. Talk to me. Line two. Line two, what you got?
Line two. Oh, good morning, Ben. This is Bernard from frozen Lake Hopatcong, New Jersey.
Cool. What you got?
I wanted to make a comment about this stupid global warming crap.
I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
Me either. And
Yeah.
I have proof that it doesn't even exist because the Lake Hopatcong is the largest lake in New Jersey. It's now 2 feet thick. You can
Yeah.
drive a car on it.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling. I appreciate you calling.
You're the best.
Appreciate
You're
you.
the best. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Global warming's a joke. It's a joke. I think it's called a jokes. JOAX. The words combined of hoax and joke. Jokes. It's a jokes. Kamala Harris just spent $8 million for some beachfront property. It's a jokes. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Ben Dyke Show. Love to talk to you. Yeah. It's the cow farts. My horses were lighting it up last night. They fart on alfalfa. Line two. What you got, line two?
Well, I'm from the state of Washington.
I'm
the
sorry.
Attorney General Brown of the state of Washington
I'm sorry.
has recently issued a warning to journalists who investigate Somali child care fraud that they will be charged with a hate crime.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. They love free speech as long as it meets their narrative. Thank you for calling from the commie state of Washington. Love it. They love some free speech as long as it meets the narrative. Tell me if you had this on your bingo card. Get your bingo cards ready, ladies and gentlemen. Bingo cards at the ready. Bingo cards at the ready.
I mean, that's why it would be so beautiful to throw the Klan Act back in their face, throw the FACE Act back in their face. Especially, like, I know we're running out of time here. The office might be closed, but, like, if we can get a gay black guy charged on MLK Day with the Klan Act, I mean, it'd be, like, a really beautiful, poetic thing. But, yeah, I mean, this is what you have to do is the left is, like, literally, they ran the show for the last 6 years, and the Republicans were literally just the managed decline party. So, again, utilizing these ridiculous laws that they got across the finish line and again throwing it back in their face. Black guy charged on MLK Day. We're running out of time here. The office might be closed, but like if we can get a gay black guy charged on MLK Day with the
A gay black guy charged on MLK Day for the Klan Act. This makes Jussie Smollett look like Jussie doesn't even like come up on the board anymore. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Tell me what you're thinking. Questions, comments, concerns. No cuss words, please. Yeah, I love it. We got good audio. We're rocking. We got the Ben Dyke Show in the house. Alfalfa is not actually hay, it's grass. You're right. And my horses love it, especially during the winter. That's what we feed. Lines are open 615-475-7864. Get in here and talk to me on the golden microphone. We are trying to pick up the mantle that was dropped by Rush and Scott Adams. We're trying to pick up the mantle here. There's so many channels that will not take your calls, that will only take your donations. They will only take your clicks. They will only take your likes. They will never allow you to voice your opinion, your actual voice. There are so many channels. How many of you have ever called into Benny Johnson's show? Perfect example. And I love Benny. I would love to call in for Benny. I would love to call in. Sorry, I didn't think they would do anything. I don't think they'll do anything. Okay, that's okay. If you don't think they'll do anything, that is your prerogative. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a disagreeing opinion. Let's go here. Line 2, you're on the show. What do you got going on in the background there?
It's Cat House. Just
Okay.
real quick, I'm starting to realize after the church we saw them getting, all that had happened, we're falling as a Christian nation if they let this go.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it is. But I think that's just totally sad right there.
No,
Very, very
I
sad.
think
We need-
I think they change. This changes the entire game. I think this changes the entire game. Cat House, I appreciate you calling, brother. Appreciate you.
Just real quick.
Yes, sir.
Biz, just real quick. One thing I've learned: never challenge God.
You
Never challenge Him.
You're 100% correct. 100%. Thank you for calling. Thank you for calling. Somebody said Benny does not have open chat. Oh, I didn't know that. I watch his show all the time at work. I always have it on. I love Benny. Benny's show is phenomenal. I'll tell you the channels I watch. You want to know the channels I watch? Yes or no? Do you want to know the channels I watch? Yes or no in the chat, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly who I watch. Let me know. If you don't want to know, that's okay. If you want to know what this brain digests, I watch in no order of precedence. I watch my buddy Doug TenNapel. I watch my buddy Neil Johnson. I watch Barry, Benny, and I'll give you 3 more. Talk to me, line 2. What you got, line 2?
Greg from Rochester. I just wanted to say, you're a military guy.
Thank you.
I'm a retired sheriff's deputy. If you and I were at that church, wouldn't guys like us step in and actually defend that church and the women and the children, crying children? I mean, I can't understand how grown men can just sit by and watch that happen while your kids are crying and abused. I can't understand it. And I know that Jesus told us to turn the other cheek. He didn't tell us to spread both cheeks. And I'm sorry if that comes across as being, a little edgy, but
no, I agree.
I just had to express myself.
I'm going to tell you this. They have tried to castrate men from being men, and it's working. And I'm going to tell you right now, with what has happened in our nation over the last couple of months, I'm going to hang up. We got some static coming through. With what has happened in our nation, I believe if that would have happened at churches that I know of, and maybe the church I go to, it would be a different situation. I believe they wouldn't have called. There would have been the need for a coroner or at a minimum, an ambulance. That's my theory. That is my opinion. The other channels I watch, my best friend Jameson's Travels, one of my best buddies, him and I talk YouTube strategy all the time. If there's anybody in the chat that wants to start a YouTube channel and you want some help, you want some strategy help, I'm happy to provide that. I'm doing a little consulting on the side to earn a little extra coin. I'm doing some consulting. I'm helping like 3 or 4 channels right now. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free. Matt Morse, him and I change messages all the time. Matt, Barry, Benny, Barry, Doug, Neil. There's a couple of channels I quit watching because they went down the road of the anti-Israel stuff. And I just couldn't get into that. I actually had a falling out with a couple of people about that. Line 2, go right ahead. Line 2, what you got?
Hi, good morning, Ben. This is Nancy from Holly, Michigan calling.
Good morning, ma'am.
Hi, honey. The reason for my call is I keep hearing the Christians saying turn the other cheek, because that's what Jesus said. However, they didn't read further into what our Lord said. When he was having a discourse with the disciples asked him, how will we know when the end times are? And what Jesus responds, I'm paraphrasing, you will know by selling your cloak and buying another sword. You'll be carrying basically 2 swords. So he couldn't say to them, well, when the end times are going to be coming, you're going to need a gun and some, bullets, or a rifle and some bullets, because he wouldn't know what they were talking. They wouldn't know what he was talking about. So Christians need to do it further. We have to be warriors. And like the other gentleman called that said, you have to turn the other cheek, or where the men they're not standing up. And I was watching it. I was furious, Ben.
I agree with you. Men have had the ability to be men removed. I completely agree with that. Thank you for calling. Thank you so much. God bless you. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Let me see here. Matthew 5:38. You have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, do not resist the one who is evil. But if anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to him the other. Okay. How many slaps you going to take? Jesus contrasts his teaching with the old law, which aimed to limit vengeance by calling for a higher standard of love and non-retaliation. A slap of the cheek in that era was a deep insult, not just a physical blow, often delivered by a superior to an inferior. So turning the other cheek was a provocative act of refusing to accept the insult and its power dynamics. The teaching isn't necessarily about being a doormat, but about refusing to return evil for evil. Instead, using nonviolent resistance to shame the oppressor, break the cycle of violence, as seen in other verses like going an extra mile, or justice, seeking justice. Okay. I'm okay with all of that. I'm okay with all of that. And I hope y'all like that. 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in, turn the audio down. We're doing better on that today. Line 2. Gotcha.
Hey, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Or observation I made Sunday after I saw that church attack. I was mad. I was angry. I was out for blood.
Okay.
Then I got to thinking, the Christian part of me, wouldn't it be great if they all infiltrated that church, the Holy Spirit got a hold of them, and they all converted right there on the spot? Wouldn't that be a great thing?
I think you're right, but I also look at some of those people that came in as demons, and I would have gladly helped cast out the demons.
Yes, yeah, me and you both, but it's like God came and told me, son, wouldn't it be great if the Holy Spirit got a hold of them? They all converted and confessed right there on the spot. That would have changed the entire country if we saw that.
Yeah, I agree. I think Daniel Penny saved a life on a train, and he was persecuted, but he saved a life. And sometimes you might have to suffer a little persecution to do the right thing. I think God did.
Right.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Great call. Great call. Great call. What if they use guns? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Little interesting dynamic that we've got going on there, guys. Very interesting dynamic. I want to say and give a big shout out to, where is it at? Where is it? Right here. Right here. Big shout out to my channel sponsor, mypillow.com/veteran. Give them a call, 800-723-6815. 800-723-6815. Give them a call. Support Mike Lindell. Support Mike Lindell. If you are currently on Medicare and you're worried that you're not on the right Medicare plan. People in the chat, I've had multiple people save thousands of dollars. Joe saved $1,400 a year. Compare every Medicare plan. Call 332-867-1305 for your free quote. Takes about 5 minutes. There's no pressing one for English. No pressing one for English. It's not Terrible Tuesday, David. It is Taco Tuesday. And I'm ordering extra ice with the tacos today. Okay? Extra ice with the tacos. That's what I'm saying. Guys, gals, girls, it's the Ben Dyke Show. I appreciate you. I got to go to work. I got to pay the bills. I got to buy some food for my critters. And I'm going to the guitar shop to pick up a used guitar for a veteran in Nevada, Reno, Nevada. Take care. Ben Dyke's out.